Welcome to the meat market. The single scene is a slaughterhouse and we are here to devour it. We are your hosts. I'm Lindsay.
I'm Jess.
And today's sizzling single is Ivy.
Hello.
So Ivy, you had a body transformation.
Yes.
And lost a lot of weight. And
Yes.
I also noticed that your hair is now blonde, bright
Yes.
blonde. Has that changed your dating life? Have you had a lot more attention since?
Absolutely. I think it's not more attention, it's different attention. So I was in a relationship at my heaviest point, and then as I was exiting that relationship, was losing the weight. And after that relationship ended, someone call it a crash out, but I did bleach my hair and dye it hot pink. So the attention that I received with that hair color was very different. So I've noticed it in a sense that I think I gave off this more fun, spontaneous dating appeal, but now I think I look a little bit more serious and reserved. So
How did your ex change after the breakup?
you know, we're on good terms. At first, we were not. But he really hasn't changed much. I think we were together for 4 years, and that's a decent amount of time. And it was over a span of my life that was changing. So I was 19 when we started dating, and we were just toxic. And so when it ended, it just felt like a weight lifted off both of our shoulders versus like some sort of catastrophic ending.
I'm curious because you know how they always say, look at who changes for the better after a breakup and who doesn't.
Yeah.
And so it's like if the one person either goes in the opposite direction or sort of like stays stagnant
Right.
and the other person levels up their life, it's like that's the universe's karma for their roles.
Yeah, and
in
I
the
hear that all
relationship.
the time too, but I have such a soft spot for my ex. I hold a lot of accountability in my relationship. I would never, as many things that hurt me in that relationship, I would never look at that and say, this was all him. Like this was all his doing. I did a lot of things or didn't do a lot of things that had an immediate reflection on our toxicity. So I think if you look at it through that lens, I definitely leveled up more so, but
maybe your mindset changed more than his. Did he also take accountability for the things that he did in the relationship?
absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, he definitely took a lot of accountability,
Yeah,
but it was
that's
just
good.
something that once you realize that you're not compatible with somebody or that there's no marriage or there's no end goal with that person, that there's no point of recovering it.
So what triggered the weight loss? Was it the breakup?
Yeah, I had already started losing weight prior to that because I just was so unhappy with myself. Like I had completely lost myself. I haven't really understood what people meant when they say that, but I lost myself. Like I was not enjoyable to be around. I was not, charismatic. I stopped going to church. I was eating everything in sight. Like there was a lot of emotional load that I carried, and I just kind of wanted to change that. And so I started losing weight before we broke up. But again, the relationship was already unhealthy. So once I was out of it, then it was like I had this glow up that wasn't directly connected to a breakup, but it was on the verge of
Coincidental timing.
Yeah, good timing. Good
Did
timing.
he like see you after and want you back?
Want me back is an interesting term. I wouldn't say want me back, but definitely felt the responsibility for how things ended a lot more.
Got ya. And so I saw that you made a video saying that you resigned from the dating pool till 2035. I take it you're back in the habit?
Yeah, see, I said that I was hoping somebody would see it and go, let me save you. But so far, no messages. But yeah, I think I'm back. I think that dating is something that we've kind of lost the art of. It has a lot of people freaking out. Like it seems like this very heavy thing that you've got to do. But I think that we date our friends. Like we date people. It's just a way of connecting, a means of connecting with people. So
It's kind of true. People take dating so seriously.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. But it should be fun. It should be something that you don't have to think or stress about.
Right,
But
exactly.
yeah, people do think it like a science and like it's very contractual now. And people stress.
you have to do this, otherwise you're wrong, or you have to do this.
Yes.
You
And
know
all
what I
these
mean?
lists
It's
check,
like
she has to be
black and
A, B, C,
white.
and D. It's kind of true. Like, relax, calm down.
And I like dating in a sense that I'm trying to teach these people that I am seeing casually just going out with that dating should be fun. It's not something that's supposed to be filled with anxiety and questions and, waiting for texts and overanalyzing everything. It's just supposed to be figuring somebody out, seeing if there's a connection and going day by day. But everybody thinks that you're jumping right into to marriage or something.
And how long have you been single?
I've been single. It's probably almost been about a year.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how old are you?
How old do you think I am?
I mean, you seem very young.
I'm very young. I'm 23.
Okay. I was
Yes.
going to say you seem very young. Yeah.
How are you dating? Are you on the apps or what are you doing?
I've never been on a dating app.
What? You've never been on a dating app?
Never one time in my life. There is
Wow.
no appeal to it as an extrovert. I just,
How do you meet people then?
I am very active. So I play a lot of pickleball. I think pickleball is a great way to meet people. I play soccer. I like doing like the run clubs, every community-based thing I'm at. So there's a lot of good prospects in those areas.
Let me clarify. When I say young, your personality is not young at all. You seem
thank
very
you.
mature and very witty and very good, strong, mature head on your shoulders.
I appreciate
mean, you
it.
look physically young is what I
Thank
meant.
you.
But no, you do. You don't seem like a 23-year-old talking to you. You're very good at conversation.
Thank you. Yeah, my mom had has a PhD in psychology, so that's the influence that I grew up under.
Psychologist mom, the best.
Yeah.
It's either like you either turn out really, really good or you're traumatized. It's one or the other.
I have a happy medium. Like I am traumatized to some extent, but I'm very thankful for that trauma. So yeah.
That's funny.
Are you looking to get married and have kids, or right now you're just casual, not thinking too much?
I think that from a young age, I always viewed marriage as a box that everybody checks. Like it's something that you check off in your lifetime. And as I have grown up and experienced more, relationships, dating, I've realized I view it more as an extra credit assignment, like in class. Like if you can get to a point where you find somebody that you're super compatible with, do it, jump right into it. If I get to that point, I would love to get married and have kids, but I don't think that marriage should be treated lightly. So I wouldn't just get married for marriage's sake.
Mm-hmm. And have you been on any crazy first dates or terrible dates?
I have not been.
Yeah.
I think I've seen a lot of people change. You hear the stories of he was great, and then like 3 months in, he became crazy. I've seen that, but I haven't had any nightmare first dates.
I feel like when you meet people in the wild, because when we ask people this too, like I am the same.
Mhm.
I don't really have any terrible first date stories, but I also don't date on the apps. And I think when you meet people in real life, you go on fewer bad dates because meeting them is almost like date number one.
Screening them first.
Yeah. Like what you were just saying, like dating doesn't have to be so serious. Like you can tell when you meet someone in person for the first time, it's almost like a mini date, even though it's not a date, because you're like, do I want to go spend more time with this person?
Yeah. And you know what I think does make dating more stressful and gives you more anxiety is dating on the apps, because you don't know, are they catfishing you? Are they as tall as they say, So I think that kind of increases
drives
the anxiety. Yeah. So if you meet people in the wild, you already know what they look like. You kind of already get a feel for their aura, their personality.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. The phones have changed dating completely. I mean, we have access to relationships that historically like wouldn't even exist. Like in the olden days, you couldn't just go on a trip to Florida and go on Tinder and then find, a billion different people and then stay in touch with them when you go back home. Like there's just all this access. So
do you have guys that DM you on social media, like on Instagram and TikTok?
I do.
Because I feel like that's becoming the new dating app is the social media
It's
DMs.
so funny to me because a lot of my videos are inspiring people to just do it, right? Like just text the girl, just do this. And so then they take that as initiative to text
like
me.
You want
them
I'm
like,
to text you.
No, please don't. Yeah. So
I bet you do get a lot of people DMing you because your TikTok is hilarious.
Oh, thank you.
It's so funny.
Yeah, I get a lot of people with like unique pickup lines, like just kind of
any that you remember? Any memorable ones?
A lot of people like to use my own words against me.
Okay.
Like I said, that's just the worst, right? Because I'm trying to inspire people to be better humans. And then I have to kind of put them back. I'm like, no.
You're like, I kind of have to be mean to you
go
when
be
I say
better
this.
over there. Yeah.
That's funny.
That's so funny. What's your type physically?
My type, I have learned is emotional intelligence. I have zero tolerance for people who have no clue what's going on in their own head. Like it is so unattractive to me. You can't tell me what you're thinking, what you're feeling, and you're a 30-year-old man.
But a lot of
30.
people can't.
I know, it's a skill. It's a
like
skill
that,
and it's learnable. That's what one of my pet peeves too is if somebody says, well, I'm just not like that, right? You know, like I'm a guy, I'm just not into that. No, but you could be. And it's not a negative thing. Like I think a lot of people associate vulnerability with very uncomfortable emotions or, you know, weakness, but I think it's just a very neutral thing.
Yeah.
Like, what about physically?
Physically, I always say I'd prefer somebody tall because I'm tall.
How tall are you?
5'9", but I love to wear heels. So we're going to say that I need somebody like 6 foot or taller, but I really don't care. I think Tom Holland and Zendaya have done a great job of normalizing the short king. So I'm open.
We love short kings. We've had some short kings on the show. They seem so nice and they treat women so well because they have to go above and beyond. Because they're not above and beyond.
No, I love that. And I think physically too, I physically like people who are active. So I'm, like I said, pickleball, soccer, running, all the time. So if somebody is not interested in those things, then we probably won't be spending much time together because that's where a lot of my time is spent.
What about lifestyle, like health? When you talk about someone who's fit, as far as like diet, alcohol, things like that, are those deal breakers or is that something that you look for?
Like to take people as they are. So you know, if you have good qualities in one area and you fall short in another, we'll figure it out. We'll see if you can keep me occupied. But with drinking and eating, with diet, with like exclusivity, with whatever it is, I think everything is good in moderation. And so I think that gluttony kills, whether gluttony is with food or sex. And so I talk a lot about discipline on my page. So I think discipline is a very attractive trait in general, but I would never be like, oh, you drink or you go out and do this every now and then. Like, ugh. If somebody's constantly going out, I don't find that very attractive. But
you had a really funny TikTok video of how you used trauma to get free drinks.
Oh, yeah.
And how you were rejected at a young age. And you
absolutely.
used that to tell us about that.
Yeah. Well, I love comedy. I think comedy is a great way to connect with people. And I think a lot of comedians have a lot of trauma or baggage, as one would say. And so a lot of times when I go out, especially if you're in Old Town, I look the Scottsdale part, right? I'm blonde. I have lip filler. I get a lot of assumptions. And so a lot of men will hit me with compliments, quote unquote, of, wow, you're just so different from other girls. Wow. You've got this personality. And it's like, okay. And then they usually buy you a drink. So, you know, you just work in the room, crowd work. It works in real life or on stage, but it definitely leads to some free drinks.
That's funny. That's funny. They're like, oh, we thought you were just like every other girl. And then you open your mouth and you're not.
Yeah.
Right. No, is that a compliment?
It's not a compliment at all.
But thank you for this drink. Okay.
Do you do stand-up comedy? I feel like you'd be perfect at it.
No, I've thought about it. I think it would be really fun. And I like the idea that there's no cameras in the room, like you can't record. So then I could just free for all because I wouldn't have any internet trolls going on my page just saying, you know, oh, you can't say that. You're just in a room full of people who want you to say whatever you can.
Until somebody does record you and post it, and then you get canceled.
Yeah, I got to tread carefully because I'm too early in my career to get canceled for sure.
Do you post daily? Because I was shocked that you don't have like hundreds of thousands of followers. Do you like constantly post daily? Because I feel like you would blow up if you
I don't. And you know, a lot of people, when I had my first few videos go viral, were like, you got to start posting every day. And I was like, I don't know what to talk about. Like I don't have these things happening to me 24/7. So yeah, I haven't been posting
it's exhausting.
much.
I feel like in order to get you really do have to post every single day. It's so much work. It's a full-time job.
Oh yeah.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
I know, for sure.
Unless you're making millions of dollars doing it, then maybe I have time for it.
Right. But at that point you can have an assistant do
That's
it for
true.
you.
It's very true.
Like, just post things. What are some of your icks? What gives you the ick?
I have plenty. I have so many icks. I think one of the funniest things to me is that because I play pickleball in Scottsdale, there's a lot of questioning of a man's sexuality. It's very hard to tell if a man has a 4-inch inseam and matching Lululemon set with his guy friend, if they're like together or if they're just Scottsdale bros, like, you know. So I think that's an ick, like if I can't tell. Let's see what else. I do think, to go back on the drinking thing, like guys who are just 24/7 drinking. If you need to have a drink before you go to the movies, and you need to be drunk when you're at the lake or at golf or literally at any activity, that makes no sense to me.
So you said you play pickleball. Is it an ick for you if you are playing with someone you're dating and they're not as good as you?
It's so funny you say that, because this is how it usually goes. I will talk to a guy. I say I play pickleball because, that's so sexy for a woman to just be like, yeah, pickleball. And so he'll always say like, well, I'm, athletic. Like, I bet I could be pretty good. I'm like, okay. Usually they always say they can beat me. Right. And then we'll go play, and I have to switch to like my non-dominant hand playing on half the court while you guys are like running around on the other side. So it's not an ick, but usually it's just kind of like,
Yeah. Have you been on any dates in the last year, like since you broke up with your ex, or have you just decided that you're going to start dating?
No, I've been out there. I've been getting my hands dirty out there. Yeah. I've spent a lot of time in Old Town, and I don't think that's a great place to find real dating connections. There's a lot of, just casual validation out there. But I've gone on actual, dinner dates, lots of good conversation. That's the thing. Like, at the end of the day, I love connecting with people. So even if the date goes nowhere afterwards, like a couple hours chit chatting, kind of like how we are now, like that's food for the soul,
So do you have a degree?
I don't. So I am currently at GCC doing my associates in communication, and then I'll be transferring to ASU in the fall.
What are you going to study?
Communication.
Okay.
Yeah. So I started my LLC in high school. And so when everybody else went off to college, I just pursued my work, and I've had a good few years kind of doing something different. And so now I'm kind of ready. I've been very interested in learning a lot lately. So podcasts, books. So I was like, you know what? College sounds kind of fun. Like, let's finish it and get through it. So
what business did you start?
So I originally started my LLC as videography and photography. So I was doing like wedding videography, and then that shifted into more brand work. And so now I just do marketing essentially as a freelancer for different companies.
We're going to have you back on when you start at
I would love
ASU,
that.
because a 24-year-old woman at ASU is like a cougar.
Oh yeah.
That is
And
hilarious.
so, like, imagine.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
No, that made me feel great.
Because it's like ASU is like the party school.
Yeah.
It's like known as that sort of. And so it would be interesting as someone who's, because when you think of like non-traditional students, it's like 24 is still very young to be in college, but it will be older than.
Oh yeah. No, that's a whole new perspective on that. Maybe I won't go. Yeah. Maybe I'm not going to get this degree now. That sounds.
No, you have to. Now you have to do it. At least if nothing else,
just for the podcast.
Stories.
Yeah. Just for the podcast.
Exactly.
Sounds
Document
good.
it.
I love social experiments. That'll be good. I like it.
So you have to tell us the baton story. It's so funny.
Oh yeah. Yeah. This one, it really does hurt. And I think, do you want the real version, or do you want the dramatized version?
Whichever one you think's best.
I think I'll share the real version. Okay. I feel like I should.
Okay.
So from scratch, I attended my high school service church, and I was very involved and token extrovert. So anytime there was somebody new, I would have to, go assess the situation, make them feel welcome. And this one girl was sitting with us, and she was really difficult to talk to. And I can talk to a wall, and she was worse than a wall. Like I was not getting anywhere. And I ran out of all these questions, and then under her chair, she had these batons there. So I was like, oh, perfect. Like we can discuss this. And so story goes, grab them. I did not grab them out from under her chair. There was no waving these around in her face, but I looked under her chair and she had batons. So I was like, oh, so how long have you been playing batons? And she was very confused. And it also took a complete 180 from whatever we were talking about. So it really didn't make any sense in context. And she was like, and she did grab it out from under the chair, and she goes, this? And I was like, yeah. And she goes, this is my guide stick. I'm blind. And I was like, that makes a lot of sense. Like, she hasn't been looking at me, the conversation has been straying off. I was like, this adds up. And, of course we're in a room filled with the Holy Spirit. So I was like, I am so sorry, God. Yeah, please forgive me.
Oh, that's funny.
When you date, do you need to date someone that's also religious?
I think so.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, when they get to know me, think that I follow like some stoicism practice. And I do agree that I do for sure. But that for me is from my faith. It's from the Bible. It's from my Christianity, not from stoicism. So I do think it's important to date people with your values for sure.
Have you ever walked out mid-date?
No, but I've emotionally walked out. I think we all have, right?
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, this is not gonna, we're not seeing each other again. And then you enjoy the rest of the conversation, maybe push it along a little faster, but never physically gotten up and walked out.
Have you ever been cheated on or cheated on someone?
I put yes and no. Like, I think it depends on how somebody views cheating, like physical cheating, micro cheating. Everybody wants to talk about what level of cheating. And I think I was absolutely guilty of that in my last relationship with whatever it was, talking to men at Pickleball, you know, having a deeper emotional connection with people that you probably shouldn't have, flirting, seeking validation, etc. And so I'm very mindful of that now, because I also have been on the other end of that, not the one doing, but the one being hurt. And I've been in situations where there is another woman or there's another girl, and that never feels good. And so I don't want to be that for somebody else. And I see a lot of times when I'm out, or like if somebody's boyfriend likes my story on Instagram, or, you know, they look at you while you're out, it like breaks my heart. Like, I do not want to be the girl that you're looking at on Instagram crying over, because, you know, like once you're in that position, like you don't wish that upon another girl.
What are your thoughts about like how soon to post someone you're dating on social media as someone like with a following?
Interesting.
Because I feel like that's something you may run into with the insecurity of, this is how I met you, so how do I know you're not meeting other people this way?
Yeah, no, I think that's a really good question, because I think about that a lot. Like, when is the appropriate time to announce somebody? Because I can't take it back, right? There's so many people. It's like all my personal and professional connections, and then all these other miscellaneous individuals. It's like, if I post a guy, like,
and I mean, you can delete the post, but people remember.
Yeah, people
like,
remember.
And people screenshot.
Yeah.
And so it's like, you can try to delete things that you put out there, but you can't really.
I know a lot of girls who are constantly posting new guys. Like, they're so in love with this guy, and then the pictures stop, and then 3 months later it's another guy, and it's always a new guy. Isn't that kind of cringe? Like, it's like, oh, she's, you know, onto another one. Like, wouldn't you rather wait until you know it's gonna last?
That's my perspective. I would rather wait until there's some sort of consistency or clarity, and then maybe post. But I also don't really have a desire to like post my relationship. Like, it's just not, it doesn't benefit me. I'm not going to be like, let's go take really cute pictures and like do all this. Is just not
Let's
me.
do content together.
Yeah, right. I don't want to do that.
What if you were dating a guy though that was pressuring you to post the relationship?
Well, that would be weird, because that's never happened. I can't even imagine a life where the man in the relationship is like, babe, you just don't post me enough.
And doesn't that kind of scream insecurity? Like, I need you to let the world know that you're mine.
Yeah. And like, as somebody who, like, in my long-term relationship, I was so insecure. Like, I was the ex that people make comedy bits about, that's like hyper vigilant and like managing your follower account and like, you know, just like hawk eyes on everything. And so after experiencing that, I don't want to be in that position again. I also don't want somebody else who is doing that to me. So I'm going to try to avoid that at all costs. Yeah.
Are you ready for it?
I'm ready for it. The Keep More Minute, sponsored by Tactical Tax Strategies. They help you keep more in your wallet. We help you keep more in your relationship. So we have a listener question. I went out to a bar for some drinks with a friend, and we ended up running into a couple of people that my friend knows. One of the guys was hitting on me hard, and my friend vouched that he was a good guy. At one point, I told him my age, which is only 5 years older than him, and he made multiple comments after that. He seemed to be using my age to hit on me, but it felt like he couldn't move away from it. He kept mentioning how hot I was for my age. He's 23 and I'm 28. The thing that seemed a little funny to me was that I'm also in better shape physically than him, and he made comments about this, like that I can probably lift more than him or run farther. Would you want to date someone like this? Who makes these types of comments as a first impression?
23-year-olds.
Yeah. Is he just trying to be cute?
But it's not cute.
Yeah,
It's
it sounds
not
like failed
cute.
flirting.
And anyone that says you're really pretty for your age, no, you're really pretty, period.
Yeah.
Not for your, that's such an insult.
Yeah. I feel like it's a projection of his own insecurities.
Insecurities, agreed.
Because it's like he's insecure about his age. Anyone that gives you a hard time about your age is probably because they're insecure about their own age or level of fitness. It's like if you're insecure about your own level of fitness,
Yeah.
that's a you problem.
And making jokes about it like the first time you meet somebody, that's such a red flag.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah. It's
I
only
think
going
it
to
would
get
be a
worse.
no. I think so,
yeah, it's
too.
only going to get worse.
Next.
Agreed. Next.
Like you said, if he's going on and on about it, like in the first few minutes they've met, think about how it's only going to get worse
Yeah.
in the months if they continue dating. So now we are going to discuss an article. Did you guys see that Perez video? Perez Hilton?
Oh, I didn't watch it.
Oh my God. Did you
No,
guys watch
I
it?
was
Did you hear about
advised.
it?
No, what
I was
happened?
advised not to
So
watch
he did a
it.
live stream where he got out a butcher's knife and started mutilating himself. And apparently he was mutilating his genitals, his face. I guess it was like a scene from Carrie. Have you seen the movie Carrie where there's just blood everywhere?
No.
And it went on for 35 minutes. Yeah. And now I guess TikTok are in a lot of trouble because it's kind of true. People are like, I had my live stream canceled after 30 seconds because I said this word. I said the word murder or I said the word sex. He went for 35 minutes mutilating himself, blood everywhere when there's kids on TikTok. How do they let that happen? But it's just so sad that like what drove him to this point where he goes on a live stream and does this to himself, you know?
That's disturbing.
Makes me feel sad.
Yeah.
So I have a question for you guys. The number one Googled question when it comes to relationships is, am I with the right person? For me, if you have to ask yourself that question, don't you already know the bloody answer? Right?
Yeah.
Like, can you feel in your gut if you're not with the right person?
Also, I feel like that's so, how does Google know? How does Google know your personality? How does
Well,
Google know like
So Google
what you
says,
like in a person?
can you
How
be
does
your
Google-
authentic self? You shouldn't feel pressured to shrink yourself, hide your flaws, or play a role. Do they show up during the hard times? The right partner supports you through illness, fear, failure, rather than leaving you to face them alone. Do arguments bring you closer? Healthy conflict allows both of you to collaborate on solutions instead of keeping score or tearing each other down. Do you feel emotionally safe? Your partner should know how to reassure you when you're insecure and make you feel secure in the relationship. And do they make the relationship a source of energy? While relationships take effort, being together should generally fill your cup rather than constantly draining you. And I feel like that's true. Like, yes, relationships are work, but if they're more work than they are fun, end it. Don't you think?
I feel like that's pretty sound from Google.
Yeah.
It's good advice.
It's general. It's
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's funny that that's the number one Googled question because I feel like we're living in this weird time where we just have unlimited options. And I say unlimited options because we don't. Like the 20 guys on my DM, they're not real dating prospects.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I might have, like, I could say, yeah, I've got all these options waiting for me. I don't.
Yeah. Or like the OnlyFans girls that the guys are like, oh, I could have her, but I'm with you. It's like, you actually could not have her.
Right? And would you want to be with her when she's doing OnlyFans and sleeping with other people? Like when it comes down to it, realistically, would that be a good match? You know?
Yeah. And I think a lot of like psychology, power of choice. So like when you have unlimited options or too many options, you can't choose. You can't actually make a choice. And so I think like when you're in a relationship, like when you're looking at all these people, if you're keeping that door open, you're never going to be satisfied.
It's so true.
Yeah. Every time you enter a new relationship, somebody else is going to come along. You're like, yeah, that looks pretty good. Go off over there.
Yeah.
So you got to choose. You have to pick.
Yeah.
And I think people have this false sense of there are so many options out there, but when you get to know the options, are they good options?
Yeah.
Right? Like,
Yep.
yeah, there are so many guys on the dating apps, but I guarantee if I go on there and get to know them, I'm not going to be interested in any of them.
Yeah.
Well, clearly, because the dating apps are like, people aren't using them anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they're sort of, I feel like they're not taken seriously anymore.
No.
Well, and I feel like, am I the right person? Back to the question. I feel like a lot of people now they force it. Because they want a relationship so bad and it is hard to date, they kind of try to force a relationship knowing deep down that it's not right, you know?
Yeah. That's what goes back to like what I was talking about with marriage. It's like so many people jump into relationships just because they want the compatibility or, somebody just to hang out with them. and they're not even like, they don't like each other. Like you're not going to work out. And I think in our hearts, we always know that. Right? Like when I first started dating my ex-boyfriend, he was not Christian. We didn't have the same values. And I stuck in there for 4 years trying to figure it out. But I knew from square one, like this is probably not going to go anywhere. And so we jump into a lot of things and then we get comfortable and then we don't want to leave. And it's just,
wouldn't you prefer to be alone though than to be with the wrong person?
Absolutely.
But
I
would.
Would.
4 years. So 18, 19, 20, 21-ish. You started dating him when you were 18, 19 years old?
19, yeah.
At 19. So it's like, I feel like at that age, you don't learn that. You don't learn that lesson yet.
That's true.
You haven't had enough experience to realize that you'd rather be alone than be with the wrong person. It's like, it takes that experience.
I'm so thankful for it.
To learn that. You know what I mean? And even having learned that at 23, you've learned it young because a lot of people don't realize that until they're on their first divorce in their late 30s or early 40s. Yeah. And now all of a sudden I'd rather be alone than with the wrong person. Yeah. And so they waste a lot of years. So.
I agree. I'm so grateful for that relationship. Like I said, a lot of people, when you leave a relationship, they're like, oh, I feel so bad for you. And I'm like, no, like it took me a little bit to recover. But once I started, actually processing, I was like, this is great. Like I have so much insight onto my dating life and moving forward. And it gives you the skills to actually find fruitful relationships. So I'm very grateful for it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So now it's time for the Celebrity Cut where we marinate in the juices of the celebrities. So did you see that interview with Miranda Kerr? You know Miranda Kerr, she was the Victoria's Secret model that used to be married to Orlando Bloom. Okay. She was on Kristen Cavallari's podcast talking about what she eats, or more importantly, what she doesn't eat, which is most things on the list. Did you see that? No. Bloody exhausting. So she doesn't believe labels and she tests all her products herself for lead and mold. She doesn't eat...
How?
I'm sure she's married to the Snapchat guy.
Is there like home testing kits?
Oh, I'm sure she has someone do it.
I was going to say
she's married to the guy that
some money.
She's married to the guy that created Snapchat. So I'm sure they're billionaires.
Okay.
She doesn't eat any sushi because it has parasites. She only drinks coffee that's been tested for mold and lead. No dairy, no eggs, obviously no artificial colors and preservatives or processed food. She only drinks celery juice and noni juice. 0 carbs, just parsnips and squash. 0 sweet things except carob. Carob, however you pronounce that. No spinach, no kale, no fish because of the mercury. That would give me anxiety if you're like that conscious about what you put into your body.
But does she gatekeep also? So it's like she's done all this research about like what's the best coffee brand and what's the best brand for this. And I bet she won't
tell you?
I bet she won't say what kind of coffee she drinks. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Does she gatekeep? She obviously does. Like if she's not like, oh, drink this coffee, like it's found to be the best.
No, she didn't say any.
Yeah.
She probably wants a sponsorship from it. Yeah,
right, that's true.
With that following, you're not talking about your favorite products for free.
But it's funny because like I always wondered why she got divorced from Orlando Bloom, who's English. And you know how Brits are. They go to the pub, they drink a pint, they eat fish and chips. They're not very health conscious, you know? And so I can imagine a Brit guy, the ones I know could never date that. Because then you could never go out to dinner, right? Yeah. You could never go to the pub for a pub roast. I don't know.
I mean, you could. You just have to bring
a side of
like you parsnips. Have to bring your own food. Yes, parsnips. Bring a Tupperware with your mashed parsnips.
People do that.
I know.
People absolutely do that.
I know people do.
Bring their own food.
They bring their own food.
Really?
Oh yeah. Amazing. A lot of bodybuilders and women in the gym. Oh yeah, they're bringing their cod everywhere.
Oh my God. They're breakfast,
lunch, and dinner.
And chicken.
Oh my God. Are you very health conscious? Like, do you?
No. I drove through Krispy Kreme yesterday, got 2 donuts on my way to Pickleball. Yeah. That's why I think everything in moderation, right? Like, I wish I didn't have those 2 donuts, but like, I'm not worried about it. But I think it's because I had such an unhealthy relationship with food that I am happy now that I can just eat. I still intuitively, but not as strictly. Yeah. Because I've been through times where I was like, worried about like, if I eat this donut, like I'm ruining my calories for the day. I'm going to gain weight. And that's a lot of mental weight for eating. So, yeah.
Now it's time to get to know you with Zoya, sponsored by Zoya, your neighborhood yogurt. Rapid fire questions.
Oh, yeah.
Are these red flags or no?
Okay.
Makes you split the bill on the first date.
No.
Not a red flag, really?
No.
You're okay splitting the bill on the first date?
I'm okay paying for it.
What?
Yeah.
This is like the first time we've ever had this response. So you're on a date with a guy and you pay for it. You go on a second date with him?
It depends. Depends on the context. Depends on how good the date was.
So, okay, you offer your credit card and he's like, let's split it. And he makes you split it. That's okay with you?
That's fine. Yeah.
Wow, okay. Still follows their ex on Instagram.
Ooh. Beige?
Bad tipper.
Red.
Has no social media at all.
Could be very green, could be a serial killer. So TBD on that one.
Where should someone not take you on a first date?
Outback.
Why Outback? They have the best French onion soup.
I just don't.
You don't like Outback?
I just don't want to go there. Yeah,
It's
every
kinda
guy
corporate.
requests Outback. Yeah,
Really?
yeah,
Who in today's day and age, guys are wanting to take you to Outback?
yeah,
That's
What?
hilarious.
yeah.
Is Outback having a moment?
I think so. Yeah,
That's
Kids,
cinnamon
they take you
butter,
to Outback,
though.
then they want to take you Outback, if you know what I mean.
exactly. Yeah, no, seriously.
That's hilarious.
That's so
of all the
funny.
restaurants in town, like there are a lot of good
Oh,
restaurants
that
here.
gives me an idea, though. It has nothing to do with this podcast or what we're talking about. I need to start. I've started making canna butter, and I think I'm going to make a cinnamon version, an Outback version.
Outback version.
I'm
See,
going to put that one away for later.
it had a purpose. Yeah, it had a purpose.
Is watching porn considered cheating?
I think it's a horrible habit. I would not consider it cheating, but I think it's dumb.
Before you're intimate, is it appropriate to ask your date how many people they've been with?
That's a hot button issue. I think it's not important, but you can ask. I absolutely think you can ask.
Is it a deal breaker for you if some guy's like, yeah, I was a player, I was a little hoe bag, I've been with? No.
If your character is consistent with changing or not being that way anymore, absolutely not.
Is it acceptable to have sex on a first date?
I don't think if you plan on seeing them consistently, that's a good idea, but there's no blueprint for life. So, that could be the love of your life. Who knows?
Do you have a secret talent or something about you that not many people know?
Really good Dora impression.
Really good what?
Dora the Explorer.
Can you do it?
Yeah.
That's so random.
Yeah.
Can you do it?
Oh, I got to prep. What do you want me to say? Do you speak Spanish? I don't.
Poquito?
Okay, yeah. I don't know if this is considered safe for public consumption, but I'm really good at it. Hola, soy Dora.
That's good.
That's good.
Can you say familia?
That is hilarious.
Thanks, guys.
In one sentence, why should someone date you?
Ooh, in one sentence, why should somebody date me? I am easygoing and enjoy life.
And last but not least, what is your favorite sexual position and why?
Abstinence.
Thank you so much for joining us this week at the Meat Market, and thank you so much to Ivy. If you want to snag a date with Ivy, go to any of our social media platforms at Meat Market Podcast. And thanks to our sponsor, Tactical Tax Strategy. If you want to preserve your wealth and keep more of your own money in your wallet where it belongs, you need to go to Tactical Tax Strategies. We'll see you next week at the Meat Market.